Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card today is the Five of Wands, which often has to do with some kind of strife, right? Problems, annoyances, frustrations, worries. All right, let's take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little button there, the little bell thing, and it'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. I'm sorry, we have thunder going on outside and I am still very congested. Feeling a lot better. If you've been watching the channel, you know I've had the flu, respiratory thing going on through the house. The whole community really seems to have it now. Excuse me. Around where we live, and not the whole community, but a lot of people. It is kind of like the farewell gift at all the schools seem to be coming down with it. So anyways, feeling better, but sounding pretty bad. So I apologize for that. We're just going to do our best here. Okay, let's see. I want to go back over here. This one is really got my eye. We have here, it looks like a moose. I'm imagining a moose energy sitting upon a throne. Okay, so we have a very prominent leader energy, great stature, right? Almost kind of iconic feeling. And so I feel there's a sense of, and now we have, okay, so we have the Five of Wands. So I feel like there's a sense of really navigating the road to a position of feeling, not just feeling, but of being in some kind of power. Now, this could be within a family. This could be at your job. You're going for that top position. It could be within a social group or even within your own life, right? Trying to get into a place where you feel, you experience a sense of being the creator of your existence, right? To be the architect of your life, the person who is envisioning the things that you want and manifesting them, okay? Learning how to navigate all aspects of life, from the material up into the, the macrocosmic spiritual realms, and figuring out how to traverse these different ordeals so that you may really kind of set your life up exactly the way that you envision it. Okay, your existence. And so this is not an easy undertaking. I think most people don't even have this as a goal, or even maybe aware that they are not in control of their own lives, right? That they are kind of living in other people's worlds, other people's realities. And not so much a Virgo thing though, right? We're good at living alongside people and really connecting deeply with others. But we absolutely live in our own realm, to be a Virgo and to try to force yourself into conforming to somebody else's idea of how you should be or how things should be or whatever. Very difficult. A very good example of this, and this quite literally, going as an adult, right? Maybe when you're younger, it's different, of course. But as an adult, going and trying to live with somebody in their home, which is already established. They already have their routines. They already have their things where they want them. They have, expectations of how you will kind of assimilate into the environment. Of course, rightfully so. That's very hard for a Virgo. I myself am a solar Virgo, and just thinking about having to go and do that, which I have in my life, of course, definitely have had roommates, definitely have, briefly lived with family, as a younger adult, and did not like. So, it's something that difficult. So I think it's kind of, you're really on this road to having that, supreme autonomy, but also being the ruler of your domain. Okay. And so, I'm seeing we got a check mark there. We have a big heart over here with a little heart too. And the horse up here. So yeah, I feel like this is it's all coming together. Okay. Now there is anxiety around everything. We have that strife card. So even though you do like the pursuit of it all, you love mastering the game, making all the moves, right? You can think of it as like, what do they call that? 5-dimensional chess or whatever, 4D chess, or I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, maybe. But yeah, really being quite precise about your movements, about the things that you have to do and how you do them and when you do all of that. And coming into a place where you're mastering that, that feels nice. It does. I get this kind of joyousness when I can get all of my chores done in a way that like I'm multitasking, right? And I get them done without anybody interrupting me because I've done it swiftly and stealthily and everything just kind of, falls into play. And I think I am the supreme ruler of the universe being my home right now. And I absolutely just, own this thing. I did it, And that might sound silly, but it feels good to get it done, right? That's why I like staying up late and doing it, or getting up super early and getting my chores done before anybody else is up. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, yes, we had the horse, and then what was the other thing? Where did we go? Right here. We had the horse. Oh, the heart. Yes, the heart. Let's go look at that. We also have a C right here, or a U. It could be a U or a C. And there's a sense of a lot of wind. It feels like there's a lot of wind in your life right now. And that could be literally maybe storms, or maybe you're like me. I live out in the prairie. We get a lot of wind. But I feel like it's almost kind of blowing you back together with somebody. I feel like there's somebody coming back into your life. Maybe you're getting together with like an ex or an old friend. And I'm looking at this heart. It's like there's a sprout growing from it. Like, I almost feel like there was no hope, right? This thing is never going to work. I give up on it. And then maybe, months or years have passed, and the circumstances of life are kind of bringing you back together for one reason or another. And it feels different this time. Now, usually, If you watch my readings, I always tell you, don't go looking for past people. I don't care if it's a kid you went to elementary school with, if it's somebody you dated in college, the first love of your life, or, you know, your best friend who you had a falling out with, whatever it is, don't go looking for them. I know people get mad when I say that, but I've had comments where they're like, what kind of idea about life is that? You know, I just, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like it's usually as fulfilling as it should be. Oftentimes it brings in a lot of kind of chaos into your life for one reason or another. And also, you know, I just fully believe that we as beings, it's like they say, every 7 years or whatever it is, all of our cells have changed. We're like completely new people in that time, and physically. And so I feel like it's not really of great importance to go back and rehash things. Unless there's a reason where there needs to be healing or some kind of resolution. But for nostalgia or sentimentality alone, I don't know. I'm just not with it. I think we get stuck in our past a little bit too much sometimes. Now, once in a while, though, the wind will bring somebody in, right? They'll bring somebody back to your doorstep, and I feel like this is a place where not only is there healing, but I feel like there's great love growing. And I feel like this is maybe one of them people, and you can think immediately when I say this is like that person who got away from your life. This is like that really unfortunate situation that you wish wouldn't have gone down. And you've thought about them throughout the years, and have a fondness for them. There's a lot of love there still, and I can see that. And so I feel like as there is a reconnection here, there's the opportunity to kind of have this person back in your life. Now, I don't know if it means that you'll like end up back together and get married or anything like that, but I do think that there's a sense of where there had been kind of a little bit of a fracture in your existence, or maybe like kind of a hole in your life, right? This is maybe the person that has been missing. And so in this very rare reading, because I will almost never say this again, I think it's important for you to kind of have an open heart here, at least an open mind. Open mind, protect your heart. Let things go slowly. Don't rush it, okay? I know that, you get into a situation like this, it might feel very familiar, and you immediately go back into kind of this mode that you were in when you had last been in, together, hopefully on good terms. But I think going slowly, definitely going slowly with it. Okay, let's go ahead and go up here. Okay, so we have a tree right here. We have a person kind of going up there. Also, I have a person mowing the lawn. I don't know, do you mow the lawn? Are you the one that takes care of the lawn? We are Virgo, so maybe take care of your garden, your lawn, your the outside of your home. Now maybe you live in an apartment, right? I lived in apartments for a lot of my life, at least my adult life, and I always wanted to mow lawns. and now, the last two places I've lived, they've had places to take care or do the yard work and all of that. And yeah, I don't know. There's something very fulfilling. Now I'm also, let me just say, I'm trying to, I'm figuring out, making plans to switch my lawn to like maybe some kind of indigenous clover to my area, to my zone, or something similar, some kind of ground cover. I love the lawn. I love the feeling of taking care of a lawn. It's just not, in my opinion, especially where I live, where sometimes we have droughts and stuff. It just isn't efficient. And it's a waste of a lot of space that can be used for other things, especially, pollinators and stuff. So anyways, I understand the love of taking care of the lawn now. And I like a lawn that looks beautiful. It really very fulfilling, but not necessarily good enough point for me in my personal life. Now, I'm not anti-lawn for other people, but for me, I don't know. I want something a little different. So something about the lawn. And I feel like this maybe, it just, out there being in the earth, working in our environments, so fulfilling for a Virgo. It's something that we all need to kind of, even if you do live in an apartment, or maybe you live in like a rest home or something like this, a community kind of living situation, definitely get out there, go look at the flowers if you can, have some indoor plants if you are able. And it brings a little grounding for us, for us Virgos. Now, we have the tree, and for me, this feels like shelter, okay? I feel like you're in a place of feeling pretty secure, okay? Now, there is the turmoil of maybe trying to, improve your position or find control in your life. But ultimately, I feel like you feel pretty secure in the way that life is right now. And with this tree, I feel like there is a real sense of, looking for some longevity, looking for, some kind of idea of like, this is where I'm going to stay for some time. Now, we can't fall in love with the idea of things being in a fixed state, because they're not. Everything changes. And I don't know if this is just a me thing or a Virgo thing, but I always loved the idea of people who had like a home through generations. They passed it down, like they had a piece of land for 100 years or whatever. And everybody had kind of lived there at different times within the family. That's super foreign to me. Nobody in my family has had a house really for more than one generation. So I don't know what that's like, but I understand that urge, right? Of some kind of place that is safe, that, is familiar, and that can be shared with those you love. So I feel like this is kind of the same feeling, wanting to have something where it's like, I perceive this as being mine. I perceive this as being a place where I can feel like I can, kind of spread out and let my hair down, and it's not going to be taken from me, or I won't be forced into going, and not only that, not having the urge to do something else, to pick up and move and try something completely different. Just kind of resting your soul for a while. And I feel like you are in a place, or you're getting into a place where that is possible. Okay, let's take a look here. So it looks like we have a big balloon, okay, and somebody holding on to it. And to me, this is like totally these daydreams, aspirations, this kind of thing that you are latching yourself onto to help, kind of bring you to a higher level of whatever, I don't know, consciousness or understanding, perception. And I feel like you're doing that through your creativity, through your ability to empathize, through your ability to kind of put yourself in other people's shoes. The thing about Virgos is that we have very cultivated interior lives. We're very grounded, but we have the ability to really go into ourselves and to really, I think it's just like this ability to comprehend things that we have not experienced, more so than a lot of the other signs. We're acutely aware of other people's condition, of the conditions of things outside of ourselves, and we internalize it. Hopefully, though, to a point, like having a filter where it doesn't super affect you negatively, or it's like being an empath and taking in this like energy that really can be quite harmful to your, state of being. So making sure that you have some psychic self-defense, but very, very open and willing to explore the vast realms of perception, of experience, of, abstracts and surreal and creativity. And so this to me is this is like the key that you have that frees you. And so make use of that. And a good way to keep that really honed, writing, journaling, making lists, drawing, whatever it is, keeping track of, and maybe not even to look back on, just the actual action of going through the motions of, considering, finding the words or the whatever and writing it, putting it down. It is cathartic, but it helps us develop our ability to imagine. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? We do kind of have the Hermit here. So I feel like, in times it's just a feeling of being an individual in this great big world. Not necessarily sad, but I feel like at times you don't feel like you have necessarily any deep connections. And now it might be that you absolutely do, but just for whatever reason you get into these modes where it feels, quite lonely. Even though you love your aloneness, right? And so I do, and I think this is maybe the catalyst for this person coming back into your life and the universe helping that happen. Not just because you're lonely and you need anybody or something to fill your life, but there's this certain, kind of underlying melancholy there. And I think that having this reconnection maybe, it is not a cure, but it is something that might help that ailing. Okay. And then we have, it looks like H-A, ha, H-A. Maybe these are initials, or maybe it is really ha. Maybe you just said ha when I said that. All right, so we have the Wild Offering Oracle cards. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to flip through and stop where it feels right. It says sanctuary. A sanctuary resides inside you no matter what is happening. This inner temple beckons you to enter. Take a deep breath, enter, and sit down on the throne of your own heart. On the throne of your own heart. All right, Virgo, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. what else? Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Yeah, basically, that's it. We had the full moon last night. I got myself into a little bit of trouble. Not really trouble, but my daughter and I have we have a mask that I got around Halloween. It's a wolf mask. And anyways, at our last house, we would have this fun game where, you know, on the full moon, I would go out and I'd ring the doorbell, and she and my husband would answer the door, and then I'd go, you know, but she knew. So she would, you know, she'd laugh and it was funny, and then she would want to do it, so she'd do it and put the mask on and ring the doorbell. And so anyways, so last night we were getting ready for bed, and it was, you know, we had a long day, so we were getting home late, got her all washed up, ready for bed, and then I realized, oh, I didn't do the thing, it's the full moon. So I went by myself and I didn't tell her, and my husband was with her, and so I told, you know, I kind of made him know I was gonna go do it, and I rang the doorbell, and they came to the thing, and I kind of jumped out, and and she lost it. She was not happy with Mom. She was like, "You don't ever do that again, Mom." And now I feel so bad. Even I woke up, I felt terrible. I don't like being scared, but she likes it usually. So I felt like, you know, maybe this would be okay. She loves scary stuff. So, you know, I personally don't like it because I have PTSD and CPTSD actually. And I think it just sets me off. Right? I get startled easily. I don't like feeling like I don't know what's going on around me and that kind of thing. And so now I feel terrible. And we haven't talked about it yet because I don't know if I said I was recording this during the night. When I do my intro, I say, you know, tonight I will be reading whatever, but it's morning. It's actually early in the morning. And so I'm going to have to go make amends. I feel so bad. And so anyways, if you have any full moon or pranky things that you did with your kids or your parents did with you or whatever, I'd love to hear about them. You know, it just, I don't know. I thought she'd like it. She didn't like it. I will never do it again, though. I definitely am. I'm not like that. I don't like to scare people usually either, but I don't know. She likes it. She loves zombies, too. She's really into zombies, so. I think a little bit of vampires as well. She started asking me, are there real vampires? And I was like, I don't know. That's a big question. Let's get out the mythology books and start looking. So anyways, yeah, Virgo, I love you. Absolutely, fully, with all of my heart. And I thank you. We'll talk in a few days. Good night. Or no, it's good morning. I'm so stuck in, I usually film at like, you know, between 10 and 1 in the morning. So this is different. But yes, anyways, I love you. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.